facility. How it's feeling? Are you ready or?
I'm looking very much forward to the isolation phase, because that's when the mission really starts, and then we do all the experiments, and then we really get the feeling that we're out here alone, as it would be on Mars. Oh, I guess my journey to here started many years ago, already 5 years ago. There was an analog astronaut selection of the Austrian Space Forum, and I went to 3 rounds of selection with many others. And out of a group of 100 people, 8 people were selected. And I did 1 mission before this one. So this is my second mission. And leading up to this mission, we also do what we call dress rehearsals. So we get together in Austria, also with all the experiment teams, and we go through all the experiments and make sure we understand all the procedures and what has to be done.
The support center is going to be in Austria.
Yeah.
How you are going to work with them?
Yes, so we have the mission support center will be in Vienna, and we communicate with them via chat with a 10-minute delay. So that's also how it will be on Mars, because the planet is pretty far away. The light signals takes about 10 minutes to travel one way between the Earth and Mars. But that means that if we have questions or run into an issue, we would like to ask, for example, the scientists behind the experiments. And we write that question in the chat, and it takes then 10 minutes for that message to arrive at the mission support center. So what we investigate a couple of things during this analog mission. One of them is human-robotic interaction. So if we go to Mars or to the Moon, to different planets, how can humans and robots work together to explore that new environment? Another thing is what we call the exploration cascade. So once we set foot on a new planet, in which order do we want to do certain experiments? And in a general sense, we want to work on procedures that are more general, not only typical for this mission or for our suit, but also applicable to then the experience that we gain here from writing these procedures, then that is useful for actual missions to Mars or to the Moon. So the analog astronauts are the people that are actually in isolation in the habitat, that then perform the experiments. Some of them are inside the habitat. For many of them we have to go out in the suits. So that means that we are the ones that actually perform the experiments as if we were on Mars. But for every experiment there's a team behind it of many people that thought about it and came up with the idea or the new technology. We are the ones that execute it, so to say, that perform the experiment. But there are many people that have put great thought in it. So it's really a team effort. And then also in the mission support center, so also for the whole flight planning of the whole mission. So there are hundreds of people involved in such a mission. So although the 6 of us as a crew, we are a bit of the face of the mission, we represent hundreds of people from many different nations that are involved.